What is up, everybody? It's your boy Doody back again with another video, and this time we're taking a look at our boy DSP's daily rap video after a day of Fallout 4 and, of course, Street Fighter 6 Salt and Cope. Our boy Phil played some casual Street Fighter last night without Zangief, of course, Geef, and he decided to play with Dalsim and a little bit of Lily, two scrub players for a scrub player like Phil himself. Yeah, he lost a lot and he raged a bit, and every excuse was thrown at every single loss. Bugging that code, scrub players, scrub tactics, you name it. So let's see what Phil had to say on the Daily Wrap.
Welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Friday, the 17th of May, 2024, my return back from my day off, and the beginning of another awesome streaming week, now featuring new games, new content, and a bunch of fun stuff coming up. So it's not just all the same stuff anymore, which is excellent. Let's talk a little bit about what happened today. So started off today with a nice, fresh Level 1 podcast, and let me tell you, it was a really good one because there was a ridiculous amount of game news that happened during my day off yesterday. We covered all kinds of topics like the GTA 6 release date, new studio being opened by Activision, which makes no sense because Microsoft just closed a bunch of studios, so how can they be opening new ones? Interesting, huh? More news about Take-Two Interactive, upcoming events, things like that. Lots of good variety. It was most of the show, so if you like game news, you're going to like today's podcast, but also there was my Phil's Day Off segment, a little bit of Q&A, and just good times. So check that out if you haven't seen it yet. The first stream...
All right, so yeah, yesterday's podcast was boring as always, and of course Phil again, not taking a second to actually deep dive a little bit into the news stories that he's talking about. He just regurgitates what he's reading on Twitter and then gives a stupid take and then moves on, just like the example of Microsoft and Activision actually opening up a new studio for a certain type of game. I think they're not looking to do online game, online service games. They're looking to do kind of narrative-based games, AAA narrative-based games, right? And Phil's sitting here saying, well, wait a minute, they're closing a whole bunch of studios. Why are they reopening new studios? It makes no sense. Of course, it makes no sense to an idiot like Phil, because, of course, he doesn't know anything about business. What probably happened here was Activision had this in the works for years. They probably had plans and money allocated to open up this studio to focus on these type of games. And this takes years of planning and money and resources. This isn't something that, they just decide in one day, oh, you know what, let's open up a studio for this and let's throw some cash. No, it takes years before a plan like this formulates. So what probably happened was, after the acquisition of Microsoft, of Activision, they probably met, figured out, okay, what's in the works? What are you guys doing? What projects are you working on? And they probably decided, okay, that's a good idea. Let's open up this studio. We'll keep, we already funneled some cash into it. We'll keep funding it, and let's see how it goes. One doesn't equate to the other, Phil. Just because they're closing some other studios, it probably made sense from a logistic perspective of why they closed down some of the studios they did. You never know. And it could just simply be that the overhead costs of keeping these employees compared to the money that they bring in for their games isn't there. It doesn't make any sense. So they rather funnel money into bigger game studios like Activision, Bethesda. They have kind of a track record of pumping out AAA games, and that's what Xbox is looking for. So they probably said, all right, Activision, you're looking to create this studio for AAA games, narrative-based games. All right, so then we're just going to keep funding that, and we have to make cuts everywhere else. So sadly, those other smaller dev studios that got shut down were just a casualty of just how business going. And Phil, there is another thing here. There is a downturn. There is a downturn in the economy, which you refuse to acknowledge because you can't talk about inflation and the cost of things because you don't want the dents to figure out, hey, maybe I shouldn't be wasting money on a 42-year-old streamer. Maybe I should save some money. And that's why you don't like to talk about the bad economy. Unless, of course, you want to complain about prices when it impacts you. So, Phil, again, whenever you're going to do these news stories, man, just take a deeper dive, man. Think a little bit. Like, just don't read something off of Twitter. Again, anyone can go to Twitter and read these news stories. What they look for is a little bit more insight. And Phil, you're just stuck on level 1 when it comes to these news stories.
Today was the continuation of Fallout 4. Today we did a lot of odds and ends in questing. For example, we finished up the recruitment of Hancock as a follower, but then re-recruited Curie, who has now become Synth. And now you need to keep her in your party in order to unlock her 3rd level of affinity, which gives her like the ability to like keep healing you and stuff in combat, which I feel would be really good for my build. Did a bunch of questing. In fact, today we decided to actively try to seek out some of the quests that were new for this next gen version of Fallout 4. So we did a quest where we followed the path of the Black Devil and ended up finding a unique power armor suit, which now I'm keeping it in Diamond City for harder parts of the game because right now I don't think I need it. Also did another one as well where we got a bunch of weird weapons made from junk. Like we got a fat boy that's shooting piggy banks and stuff like that. So interesting stuff there, and we're kind of picking away at the various missions of the game that are kind of there that aren't part of the story. So that's what we did today. It was a good stream. It was chill fun. Everyone seemed to like it. In addition to that, today was the premiere of my LA Noire remastered playthrough over on the DSP Throwback channel. So if you didn't see it yet, it is live over there. Part 1 is an hour long. Give it a look. Let me know what you think. It was a premiere. People watched it, which was neat. And then after that, people have been watching it all day. Hope you'll enjoy it because that's the new playthrough to be balanced with Fallout 3 over on the Throwback channel for the foreseeable future. Then...
Yeah, that's right, folks. Premieres will save the business for our boy Phil. It only took him God knows how many years to figure out, oh, maybe I can leverage what YouTube offers to hype some stuff up. Premieres have been a thing for a while, Phil. I mean, again, just like with anything, streaming, capturing video, anything out there that would improve your streams, you're just so late. I mean, I was doing premieres 2 years ago of videos. It's just a nice way of hyping stuff up. It's a nice way of kind of getting your community to live chat while everyone sees it at the same time. And the other thing too is that if people like, they can do donations. And I'm guessing that's what happened. I'm guessing someone in your den said, "Hey Phil, why don't you use why don't you do a premiere and maybe your dents will come out and throw some cash your way." That's what you were hoping for. And it just didn't pan out. I checked it out and there were 18 people. 18 dents came out to watch this stream. And the other thing is, who the hell does a premiere right before you go live stream? Like, aren't you just diluting yourself? I mean, people that want to catch your normal live streams are just going to go to your live stream. They can't do both. They're not going to go to your live stream and then watch your premiere. You should have scheduled it for maybe after your stream or schedule it before your stream. Not around the same time, Phil. So, yeah, this is just something that Phil wanted to try out because of one of his dents probably told him to do it. He got 18 people to watch this, and I think his view count for the video is like at 200 views. No one cares, Phil. You keep trying to throw this throwback channel down the gullets of your dents to force it down them to make it a thing, and it just isn't happening. It isn't. The only thing you're getting out of this is tips and super chats during your weekly stream of your throwback. That's it. Getting no ad revenue. You're getting no super thanks. What are you getting? What are you getting? And how many people actually subscribe, are members to that channel? Last I've counted, probably maybe 20 people. 20 people. So you're really not making anything in this, but I guess since you're not doing any of the work, you have some idiot doing all the work for you. I guess you figure, oh, what the hell? I mean, what are you doing, Phil? You're sending them the files? That's like the extent of what you're actually doing, Phil. So yeah, I mean, he figures it's free content. What the hell? And as long as the super chats and the tips come in during that weekly throwback react thing, he'll keep doing it. But I don't foresee that lasting much longer. And let's not forget, if the dent that's doing Phil's editing team, as Phil likes to say, once they get tired of doing this shit for free and they're seeing either they're not seeing any benefit, not getting any accolades or getting anything out of it, or maybe find a girlfriend, they're going to move on. They're going to be like, yeah, this is pointless. I mean, I can understand doing that type of work for like an up and coming streamer. or like a Keemstar or somebody that's big, so that you can get your name out there. And even though you may be doing it for free, you still get the publicity. You can put that on your resume. And if you're looking for a job to do, say, editing for a bigger content creator, you got that under your belt. What are you doing for Phil? You're doing absolutely nothing for Phil, because no one's watching the videos. He's getting, if he maybe 200 views after a week or so. Nothing. No one cares. Not even the dents care enough to check out those streams. 18 people on a premiere is fucking abysmal, Phil. It's sad. It's very sad. I mean, if I would have done a video, an edited video, you know, or a playthrough, and I premiered it and I got 18 people to watch it, I'd sit back and reevaluate it. I would reevaluate what I'm doing and where I'm spending your resources. And seeing that only 18 people cared about this, I'd be like, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. Even though he's not doing anything, but he has a team of dents doing it for him. What I would do, Phil, if I were Phil, I would just cancel Throwback. And I'd cancel React. And what I would do is I would focus those editors to do work on DSP Gaming. Have them maybe clip your streams, shorten them up, clean them up, make them digestible. Not just download an hour-long video or 5-hour-long videos every day and unedited nothing. People won't give you an hour, Phil. I'm sorry. People are not going to give you an hour of their day for a fucking playthrough. They may give you 15 minutes. And again, what I would do is I would trash Throwback, I would trash React, and put all my focus on DSP Gaming and get the editors to do editing work for DSP Gaming. Maybe they can do some overlays for you. Maybe they can do some editing of your content. You know, they could do shorts for you, because shorts, even though you tried shorts, the way you did it was terrible. You know, you get someone that does good editing. Maybe they can actually use some of the easy free software that's out there to do shorts. There's a lot you can do, Phil, but you refuse. You not that you refuse. You're being greedy. You're seeing the very minute gain of having 3 channels and 3 different memberships, and you see those dollars coming every month, but you're not seeing the bigger picture. You're not seeing that you're diluting your main channel, DSP Gaming. I mean, for months, your channel went from like 700,000 views down to like 400,000 in DSP Gaming, and then it's not being made up by the other 2 channels. So it's not like you're making 700,000 views on all 3 channels. You're not. You're still making less. So again, you're diluting DSP Gaming, and you're forcing people to go to different places to get the same content. It's all the fucking same. It's you and video games. There's no fucking difference. DSP React, okay, you're reacting to videos. Okay, big deal. But again, Phil would never acknowledge. Well, he will. Well, eventually, after it bombs and fails and several years pass by, he'll finally acknowledge it and say, okay, what I'm doing isn't working. Let me change it up. He may get rid of one of those shitty channels once DSP Politics comes in. But I think the 1 Minute Man experiment, where 1 Minute Man, where he essentially lost 1 Minute Man because of politics, he saw that his views made his biggest dent leave, or his biggest pay pig, his biggest whale leave. He can't afford another one. He can't afford to upset 1 Minute Man. OIC. He can't afford to upset this new Waffles idiot or Jordan. He can't. And you know that one day he's going to say something that's going to insult them, and they're just going to leave and bounce, whether it's politics or not. I mean, you had it with the Dutch Oven Brothers. You had it with Rob on Wheels. You've had it with Kimby Crew, Arkham. I mean, just the list. Snowcrawl's not around anymore. You just have these list of people that eventually, even though they support Phil and they give him money and they give him views, they eventually grow tired of his shtick and they move on. And yeah, that's probably what's going to happen here. So again, Phil, if you're listening, take my advice, dump Throwback, dump React, and then have that editing team of yours work on your DSP Gaming content. You know, have them edit some channel art. Have them edit that god awful intro shit that you do for your podcast, the pre-stream podcast, whatever, where it's just a slideshow of crappy art and godforsaken music. Just get rid of it. Get rid of it. Fucking, how long have you been playing that shit? I mean, as far as I know, that shit is over 8 years old, probably. and none of it changes. It's all the same fucking thing. Occasionally you'll get a different clip art, but nothing changes. It's all the same. So again, Phil, trash throwback, trash react, and get your editors to focus on DSP gaming. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.